Hey my loves, this is Linda and welcome back to my channel Makeup Maniac by Linda. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this summer look that I have created using very much affordable brand, which is brand is very popular these days amongst everyone. All of you are going crazy and purchasing a lot. I thought of giving it a try myself. Posted recently on my Facebook page asking you people if you guys wanted a tutorial using Focallure cosmetics, and the response on the post was amazing. Many of you wanted me to try out many of their products, so I thought of why not create a one brand tutorial using Focallure cosmetics. Please keep in mind that this video is not sponsored and I'm not being paid for this video. I have purchased the products myself and I'm going to share my own thoughts about the products, if I like them or if I don't. This is a very budget friendly brand and very affordable. I believe it's a Chinese brand. So everything you see today on my face is from one brand, Focallure, and if you guys are willing to know how I created this look, then please keep on watching the entire video. And I hope you guys will enjoy watching this video. Let's get started. So to start off my eye makeup, I'm going to use the concealer as my eyeshadow base. I'm using the concealer in the shade number 2. With a flat synthetic brush, I'm going to apply that concealer as my eyeshadow base. The concealer feels really sticky, but it's quite easy to blend, and the coverage is also nice. So far you can see that it has covered my veins or discoloration of the eyelid. And to remove the stickiness of the eyelid, I'm going to use the face powder, and the shade that I use is shade number 2. One drawback about the face powder shades is that I think I saw only 3 shades, and shade number 3 was a bit too dark for me, and shade number 1 is extremely light. So 2 is the one I think is similar or at least closer to my skin tone. So I got many recommendations of trying out their eyeshadows from you people. I bought 2 palettes. This is the first one that I got. This is the Twilight palette. This is the Twilight palette. And the colors are quite unique, I would so far say that. However, I have swatched some of them on my hands, but this will be the first time I will try them on my eyes. And the second palette that I bought is the Burning palette. This comes with a brush and it has more of yellow tones and red tones in it. For the transition shade, I'm picking up this shade. This is the shade Tangerine with a fluffy blending brush. So far I do not see any fallout. You can see that I'm digging a bit deep onto the palette and it has picked nice amount of shadow. Let's see how it blends on the eyes. I did have to go back to the palette couple of times to get this amount of pigmentation. The pigmentation is a bit sheer, but the colors are blendable, which is one good side. So you can also build up the shade slowly and gradually, and you can see that there is very less amount of fallout. I haven't done my face makeup today, but I expected some fallout. However, I did not see any fallout from this color at least. Now with the same blending brush, I'm going to pick up a bit darker shade, and I'm going to pick up this shade Amber, and I'm going to apply that a bit under my transition shade. This came out more orange on the eye than brown, but I do like the color. I saw many of the pages bringing Focallure makeup products, and I saw many of you trying out and also sharing your thoughts also. So a few days back I really wanted to try them out and I asked you people for suggestions. You all recommended the eyeshadow palettes and I see that they are working so far so good as per the price is concerned. For my lids, I'm going to use this shade Need Fire. This is a kind of bronzy kind of shade. This is how the shadow looks on the finger. One sad part about this is that I have seen it does not pick up well on the brushes. It feels really wet, you can see, but this is one drawback. You have to apply it with the finger to get the best pigmentation, and that's about the shimmery shadows only. For the middle part of the eyelid, I'm going to add on a little bit of this shade Sun Ray. Now with a smaller brush, I'm picking up this shade Tiramisu, which is a dark brown for my outer corners, also to intensify my crease. Now for the center part, I'm going to use this glitter eyeliner in the shade 01 and I'm going to apply that onto my eyelids. Now to line my eyes, I'm going to use the felt tip liner. Since I have used glitter on my eyes today, I do not want to hide the beauty of it, so I am creating a very thin line. For my lashes, I'm going to use a FOCALLURE Bomb Lashes. This is a volumizing mascara, and I'm going to apply this onto my upper and bottom lashes. Now for the falsies, I'm going to pick up this lashes from eBay. This is the style M20. Now that we have applied the eyelashes, I'm going to highlight the brow bone and inner corners. I'm picking up this shade Peachy Puff using a small smudge brush. You can see that I have already done the brows off camera, and I have used the FOCALLURE Eyebrow Pomade, and the shade that I have used is 05 Ebony. And now let's move on to face makeup. To prime my face, I'm going to use the FOCALLURE Face Primer. This says that it is oil free. This is a silicone based primer, and it smooths out the pores quite nicely. The packaging is really nice, and it comes with a pump, which is very good. So I'm going to apply it onto the areas where I have pores and ultimately blend it onto the entire face. My face feels really smooth, and it doesn't feel like I have applied such an affordable primer onto my face. It really feels smooth. Now for the foundation, I did not get my exact shade, so I'm going to mix these two shades. This is the shade 2 and 4. I am somewhere in between these two. The shade 2 seems to be a bit whitish for me, so I'm going to mix this shade 4 to warm up the foundation according to my skin tone. So I think this is going to give me my exact shade. I have purchased the foundation by swatching out the testers. This I heard is a very good foundation for dry skin, but I have tried it once few days back. The coverage is quite sheer. I wouldn't deny about that, but the fact is that for oily skin people, I would not actually recommend this. But if you want something like a BB cream, I would say, or something for daily wear, you can surely give this a go. But the coverage, you have to keep in mind that is light and also not matte finish basically. So keep those in mind before you purchase that. The shade 4 gives a bit orangish tone, so I did not use that individually. I have mixed both the shades. Don't worry if the shade looks a bit lighter right now. It does feel like it oxidizes a bit, not much, so it will tone down and come back to my shade just a while later when I set it off with face powder. So this is so far how it looks after application of one layer of foundation. You can see that this does not dry out to be matte. This gives a bit dewy and more skin-like finish. It did cover up my spots, but I can still see them, so it's not full coverage, but I would say it's buildable. If you want more coverage, then you can use one more layer, but I will keep it here because I'm not going to do a very much full coverage look today. Foundation, I'm going to use a little bit of this concealer to highlight the high points of my face. I'm just applying a little bit, and using a damp blender, I'm going to blend that. You can see that the concealer blended pretty well. One more option for those of you with dry skin and who like luminous kind of finish onto your face, you can mix this kind of illuminators. They do have 3 shades in total. This is the one Pure Gold and shade number 3. I am just going to apply few drops onto the high points of my cheekbones to see how this works, because I have got many recommendations about this illuminator. Just little bit. This is going to be my base for the highlighter basically, and I love it already. You can see that this side I haven't applied this side I have the illuminator. Oh my god, now I know why so many of you have recommended me to try out their illuminator. I'm going to do a little bit of baking with the loose powder from Focallure. I'm going to apply the loose powder where my foundation or concealer tends to crease. Also, I'm going to apply around my smile line. And then I'm going to dust it off using a powder brush. For the rest of the face and my neck, I'm going to use the Focallure pressed powder, and the shade that I use is shade number 2. To contour my face, I'm going to use this little contour kind of palette, which is a trio basically. It has one blusher, contour and a highlighter. I'm going to use this shade to contour my face. Now for the blush and highlight, I'm going to use this FOCALLURE trio once again. This has got 2 highlighters and 1 blush. The blush is having a bit of difficulty in blending. You can see that it takes a bit of time, so apply gradually. You can see that it's quite sheer, so at first application it doesn't show up much. You have to apply a few times to get the exact shade, but don't go overboard. If you take too much of product, then you will have difficulty in blending. So that's one issue about the blush. The contour seemed to blend nicely, but not much pigmented. Once again, for all the face products, you have to really work your way through the pigmentation actually to get that perfect pigmentation. Now I'm mixing these 2 highlighters to apply onto the high points of my face. The highlighter also applies quite nicely and it doesn't have much blending issues with it. If you look close up, it does look a bit chunky. Now let's zoom in and complete the rest of our eye makeup. First I'm picking up this shade Amber and I'm going to smudge out my lower lash line. And now with the shade Tiramisu, I'm going to darken the outer corners a bit. For my waterline, I'm using the Rimmel Scandalized Nude Pencil. And I'm finishing off with some mascara onto the lower lashes. The shade I'm going to use today is 12 Rose Valley. The lipstick at this stage feels a bit sticky, but let's see if it dries out to be perfectly matte. The pigmentation is quite opaque and the smell is not something I like, but the color looks beautiful on the lips. It does take a while to dry, but yes, you can see that it has dried completely matte. Yes, with that my look is complete using only products from one brand, and that is FOCALLURE. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my first impressions, kind of trying out a new brand on camera in front of you people. And overall, I think that I really love the look that I could come up with using such affordable products. So for a short and final review about my opinion about the products is that it is quite good as per the affordable range and you can surely give them a shot. But make sure you do purchase from the authentic retailers only. I will link down the shop from where I purchased. I did purchase all of them from Smart Shoppingbd, from their metro outlet, which I will give the address and a link in the description box below. Make sure to check that. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, then give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new here. Thank you so much for being with me and I love you a lot. Make sure to stay connected with me in my all other social media, and this is Linda signing off for the day, guys. I love you all. Bye bye.